حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح
الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Today's topic, seems it's a popular title, Sex, Drugs and Rock and Roll. Actually the title is supposed to have a small subtitle underneath it. Or is there more to life? Sex, drugs and rock and roll, or is there more to life? Now, what today's talk is not about, what it's not about, is me going through the Islamic rulings on illicit sexual intercourse, the psychological, the sociological problems and evils that such a thing causes. This talk is not about me going through the Islamic ruling on drugs and drink and all forms of intoxication and why they are haram and all the psychological, physical and sociological detrimental effects that intoxication has upon the individual and the society and the family. This talk is not about the rulings from the Quran and the Sunnah as to why music is haram and what are the detrimental effects on the individual and the soul concerning music. This talk is about something much more fundamental than that. This talk is about sex, drugs and rock and roll as a philosophy, as an ideology, as a mentality, as a way of thinking and a way of living and an attitude to life. Because that's what it is. When we say sex and drugs and rock and roll, it is a catchphrase. A catchphrase for a particular mentality, a particular viewpoint on life that people have. And this is what we want to talk about. Because this stands for an attitude to life that says there's no hellfire, there's no paradise, there's no day of judgment, there's no God. You have one life, so you might as well live it. You've got one short little life, and you're not going to have another one. When you're dead, the worms are going to eat you. That's it. So you might as well enjoy life. Have fun. And how are you going to have fun? Sex, drugs and rock and roll. This is the mentality and the ideology of the Western society in which we live. The Western society, which is the consumer society. The Coca-Cola culture. Because we don't live in a Christian country. Australia is not a Christian country. England, Europe, they are not Christian countries. These are countries that have adopted a secularist outlook. In other words, as far as they are concerned, God and religion have nothing to do with the way they run their lives, they run their governments, and they run their business. Religion is your own personal thing. Do it if you want to. But don't get it involved in business. Don't get it involved in politics. But it's more than that, and it's more far-reaching than that. Because this society preaches and teaches a particular attitude to life, a particular outlook. And that outlook is that the way to be successful in life, the way to get through life, the way to be happy is by surrounding yourself with the material possessions. Buy this, have this, drink this, take that, have this car, take this holiday. And if you surround yourself with enough of these things, you will reach happiness. And so you see, we are bombarded 24 hours a day, 365 days a year with these images, this propaganda, this brainwashing that takes place. Have this, buy this, drink this. And look at the adverts. Look at the advertisements. And you will see the message that they are conveying. We used to have an advert in England. It was an advertisement for Bacardi, for those innocent individuals who don't know what Bacardi is. It's a type of alcoholic drink called rum. It's a brand name. And the advert for Bacardi, this is about 5 years ago, they had one of these big posters, huge ones, about the size of the stage. And on the poster was a blue sky, blue seas, white sands, palm trees hanging down, 2 bikini-clad girls walking down the beach. And the caption read, "A rainy Sunday night in Peckham if you're drinking Bacardi." A rainy Sunday night in Peckham if you're drinking Bacardi. A rainy night, which is the worst type of weather. The worst type of weather is the night when it is raining. Certainly it is in England anyway. Sunday is the worst day of the week, because Monday you have to go back to work, back to the 9 to 5, back to the grind. The weekend is finished, and it's Sunday night. And worst of all, you're in Peckham. And Peckham, it's a place in London. It is a really nasty place in London. A really grim, horrible... So I used to live there, actually. And I tell you, they couldn't have chosen a better place to name. You know, it's one of those places, if you live there, it makes you wish you emigrated to Australia. Right? It's that bad. Australia's a very nice place. So, a rainy Sunday night in Peckham. But if you're drinking Bacardi, what will be like? Everything will be fine. It'll be like you're in paradise. Because that's what the picture says. Paradise. So you drink this drink, and you'll be happy. The Coca-Cola culture, they call it. You see the adverts for Coca-Cola? You see them. There they are, drinking nice, cool, ice cool Coke. Who? This beautiful, nubile woman. Blonde hair, perfect features, perfect shaped body. Similarly, a man, rippling muscles,